Not that song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1656. I'm your host, Mike Matthews. Oh boy, I'm still recovering from this weekend. This is the show where we have the Brewmaster, Disgruntled Fiddle Player, Benita. I'm your host, Mike Matthews, and welcome to Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. Awesome. Whoa, I clicked that like 20 seconds ago, and it finally...
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It finally played that.
Anyway.
That's crazy at Cafe Anyway. So it's great to be here. I'm your host.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I had a great weekend and then it I think I sang some language you don't know. That's okay because this is my show. I went to a beer festival on Saturday. Thank God.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It was on Saturday because I needed a whole freaking day to recover after that. It was
Mike's
glorious.
Daily
So many beers.
Podcast.
And I wanted to tell you that.
Yeah!
The next day, I wanted nothing to do with beer. Dang. If there was a hop in front of me, I would have had a frontal hoppany. It was not... It was fun is what it was. It was at the I almost said the Ventura County Fair. I spent decades working at the Ventura County Fair, so I'm used to saying that. Alameda County Fair. Look who just walked in. Hi, Mark. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing? That's my horse, Nelly.
It's a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
Remember the days you worked at the Ventura County Fair?
I remember that very well. I would be the guy that after the big country concert, there were so many country concerts. Look who just walked in.
Hello, Mike. I make the delicious root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh, boy.
All right, the following sound effect goes to my lovely lady friend.
I'm pouring the root beer. I'll cut you.
Wait, don't say that. That's no That's not nice. Hey, so what I ended up doing at the Ventura County Fair was I would host a little after show after the big country concerts. So Brad Paisley would play, and then afterwards people would walk by our booth.
And here's today's podcast picture.
It's not a picture of my booth. That's not for your eyes to see my booth. That is... I don't know what we're going to do for the podcast picture today. I mean, really, there's so many choices. But, yeah, I would do this little after-party thing and broadcast live. And the board op back at the station was usually some genius because they had to frickin' figure out, like, okay, Mike, when are you going to talk? Basically, I knew I was on the air. I would hear the end of the song, and I'd be live at the fair, and all of a sudden, I'd hear, all the sound effects that were coming over my microphone. From the fair, and I would go, oh, I'm on the air. And hey, what was our station called? 100.7 KHAY, Mike Matthews, live from the Ventura County Fair. We are broadcasting live, talking to people. Hey, how did you like the show? It was great. There was all kinds of people. Benita would be there, and I would be interviewing you, right? Yeah, Mike, I'd be there. I'd be petting my lamb.
You look like a succulent baby lamb.
It was fun. We would have a good time, and it was very impromptu, improvisational. You'd have to roll with whatever was going on. And then I would usually give a cue. I told the person back at the station, okay, when I want you to start the song, I'll say something like, so we'll be back. Or I'd have a little key phrase, and they would know to hit the song intro. And I would know already what the song was because they would tell me through the microphone, and I would be all set. And I talk up the intro. It was great. So this was a great fair day. We were at the fair drinking beer, and my friend, after the beer drinking, my lovely lady friend and I danced with this band. They were having this blues festival on Saturday at the fair, at the Alameda County Fair, and they were doing music like the da 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 Otis Redding stuff, da 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 da, and Temptations, just my imagination. And we were dancing to that, and my lovely lady friend can dance really well. She's a dancer, and we're the dancers. That was a Justin Timberlake hilarious SNL appearance when he was dancing with the actual Beyonce, who are you guys? We're the dancers. I think it was with Andy Samberg. Those two guys get along really well and do funny skits. But the podcast picture today, we'll just make it of... Oh, yes. So also at the fair... So the last podcast picture, not to jump all over the place, but I can because it's my show, and I'll hop to and fro because I'm jumping up and down. Where's my sound effect? There we go. Jumping to and fro, enjoying the show. And the podcast picture is what I was saying, is of the wonderful Basil the Boxer, who was at the not at the fair, but at the beach, because we went to the beach on Friday. I said, it's going to get hot this weekend. We're going to need to cool off beforehand. And so we went to the beach. At Alameda County Fair was the next day. So it was a busy weekend for sure. And I'll post a picture of Basil. Should I do the Sphinx one? I'll do one where he's barking at the ocean. Those are always fun. Yes, I know the last picture was Basil and I at the beach. But that one was Monterey. And this one is Half Moon Bay. We have lots of nice little beaches about the Bay Area. We're so blessed. So here he is barking at the beach, and you can see that at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. This actually taken by my lovely lady friend. Hey, what I learned though is you got to be careful when you go to the fair. It attracts all kinds of kooky people, and by kooky I mean kooky. We were a friend of ours, Dawn, who works for the weekends, the station I work for on the weekends. She's promotions person there, and we were talking. We were actually dancing to the blues music. You couldn't not stop had to dance to the blues music. It was fun. And all of a sudden, this girl who looks like kind of a more overweight Tara Reid, more washed up Tara Reid, walks up to us. Her name was Kyle. And she's like, hey, I really like your guys' energy. And I want to hang out with you guys. Note to you single men out there, and you're like, I can't meet any women. Here's what you do. Let's say you have a lady friend who maybe you're not interested in each other, but you're friends, you're platonic. Get her to go with you to the fair, then have her bring a friend. And what happens is, are you familiar with atomic theory? Are you familiar with atoms and electrons? And how an atom, I believe this is how this works. It's been a while since I took my physics class. And my voice is very fried because of all the dancing and shouting and singing and whatnot at the fair. But when you have two women and one man, and let's say the man is single, that draws in another woman. So that third woman that's going to be drawn to this atom, as an electron, is torn away, it brings in a photon. I think that's how it works. I don't remember. And so when you have the two women and the one man, that attracts another woman, and that possibly, my friend, my single man friend, could be. And if your name's Manfred, this is even more apropos. That will be your possible date. Da-da! You're welcome.
All right.
It's just helping you out. May I just say, though, for the Alameda County Fair, and we'll probably come back to the topic of the fair throughout the week, but I feel that your fireworks festival with your explosions and your fireworks, and I say this with all due respect, and I mean with all due respect. And people that do not like Ricky Bobby, which that line comes from.
Anarchy! I don't even know what that means, but I love it!
For those of you who do not appreciate the Ricky Bobby movie, and there are people, I run into so many haters of Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights, and they go, I don't like it. You lack, what is it called? A soul. Oh my God. What is there not to like about Ricky Bobby? It is goofy beyond belief. It is America. It is Europe. It is Sacha Baron Cohen doing a pretty bad French accent. It's John C. Reilly being as goofy as hell. It's beautiful. It is a wonder. Molly Shannon's in it. It's wonderful. You've got Dale Earnhardt Jr. in it, and come on, you cannot hate that movie. It's not the best movie ever made, but it is definitely a tickler of the ribs. So don't hate on Ricky Bobby. Okay, back up. Apropos of nothing, that was the with all due respect. With all due respect, I send to you the screw it. The thing is that I left a note for myself that I need to buy Marco a Javiva today. Okay. I have to do that for some reason. I forgot why. The point is that the fair was fun, and I'll come back to the topic of the fair again, maybe later, maybe in a couple days. Here's what worst fireworks show ever. That's what I was saying. And with all due respect. And yeah, it is shot. I guess they didn't get proper clearance from the city of Pleasanton or whatever, but the fireworks are way too close to you. Something hit me in the head. Like a piece of paper. I don't know. It came out of the firework, I think. And yeah. And they show a horrible video because they don't have enough time. They don't have enough fireworks to last for a full-fledged fireworks show. So they have this awful video, this awful music video that this guy who's trying to look like Kid Rock, but he's way too old. And he's got like a bad hat on because he probably has a huge bald spot, and he's trying to cover it and be all rock and roll because he's wearing the sunglasses, and he's singing into one of those old style microphones, and he's trying to be cool. And they're shooting this video. This video has way too many jump cuts, and it made me sick watching it. And they're showing this video to you if you're in the area, the general grandstand area. Just terrible. Will not ever do that again. And it's the only good thing about the video is they're showing about all these little scenes from the Bay Area, and they really went like into different parts of Livermore and Oakland. They seem to pull a lot of the intricacies as I cough. I got the black lung. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing a Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. All I'm saying is that it was not the best. And the song is like, I'm born free. Yes, I'm born free. Well, we could do without that, couldn't we? And maybe perhaps, did you watch the video of, by the way.
I think I'm getting the black lung, Bob.
That was fun. Did you, okay, let's end the show. Yeah, Paul McCartney, James Corden. Did you watch that? Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney look like he is straining beyond belief to be able to sing anymore? I mean, he's sung for decades and decades and sung some of our biggest hits, national anthems and whatnot that we sing forevermore. Actually coming up on the 50th anniversary of Hey Jude, because that song was #1 when I was born, and I'm turning 50. Don't let it get into your skin. There's something begins. Get it better. The point is that the only news I have to tell you about, oh my god, a soccer team was trapped. Researchers searched for a teenage soccer team believed to be trapped in a cave in Thailand. Get out. A dad was shot while camping. Oh, and killed at Malibu Creek State Park? How does that happen? Oh my gosh, in Calabasas? Huh? That's crazy. Oh. That's Calabasas is such a little mellow town. Well, it's huge now. But when I was a kid, we'd go out to Calabasas, and that was the country in San Fernando Valley when I lived in Van Nuys. And I remember a band doing a tribute to Fleetwood Mac. Even then. And this woman wearing a shirt with a keyboard, the piano keys on her arm. And I thought that was the coolest thing. Years later, I'm sitting at the farmer's market. The one in Los Angeles. The one by is it the Orange Center? No. What's the Palms? It's near the CBS studios. So this farmer's market, I'm sitting there with my then wife. This is 10 years ago. And all of a sudden, the lead singer of Def Leppard walks by. And a few feet behind him is this blonde. That's like a rock star wife blonde. And yeah, well, that's a really sad story anyway. Oh, by the way, the lead singer of Def Leppard was wearing a shirt, piano keys on one sleeve, on the other long sleeve, the words Led Zeppelin, interestingly enough. And Def Leppard, Led Zeppelin, two band names that sound similar. You've got like a 3-word thing and then another word. Am I making any sense? Are you tracking what I'm saying? I hate that expression. Are you tracking what I'm saying? Thousands of bourbon barrels spill from a collapsed warehouse in Kentucky. Oh no. The Bardstown Distillery. Friday. And finally, on this date in 1984, Purple Rain album hit the stores. Purple Rain. Huge freaking song and album. I would die for you. Oh, and all the other ones on that. Baby, you're just like my mother. People born today, if you're listening to this day on Monday when I post this, the late great Anthony Bourdain, Tesla, Nikolai Tesla, and George Michael. Oh my God. We lost George Michael too young as well. And finally, the tiniest computer. As I'm punching around Bing at the moment, the world's tiniest computer makes a grain of rice seem massive. Yes. Well, University of Michigan has produced it. They just outbid IBM. Next show, we will have the wonderful Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. I must get to work and do things that I hope will help progress this world into a better place. We'll see. But I would like to revisit some more of the interesting things that happened at the fair. Perhaps you will come along with me for those fun little journeys as we continue on in this week. But I hope it's a wondrous week for you. I am happy because the fair was the hottest day I have had to deal with in a long time. And somehow my lovely lady friend and I made it through. Somehow we made it through. And a Madonna song started playing at the end of the show, but we'll wrap it up now. Bye.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!